What is up? Welcome back to the Next Guy Up podcast. You've got Tins and Zach with you here today. We have 3 weeks until. Well, actually, we only have 2 weeks till week 0, I guess.
Yeah.
Week 0. What a weird concept in college football. But there are legitimate NFL preseason games on as well. All day today and yesterday, we had some preseason games. There was a certain number 1 overall pick made his debut last night.
He did.
He looked not great at times, but made some good throws. Him and Calvin Ridley. You have to be. It feels like he's just going to spam the Calvin Ridley button, and that's what it seems like right now. So,
yeah.
I mean, if that's what it takes,
show it
to him. That's the only guy. That's your guy. So it feels like we're getting much closer and closer all the time. We will be talking some SEC football over-unders today. We're in some of the exciting part of SEC, this middle tier, where some of the teams are probably going to pop up into that top tier and competing for the SEC championship, and some teams are going to fall but right to that maybe bowl game cut line kind of teams. And so we're talking about which ones are which today. We are going to break down those 4 for you. We got some press releases. We got some stuff cooking. Tins has been on the NFL grind. He sent me some what I consider to be some sure things, some must take bets, and so you are going to want to hear some of those. He's as he's collecting the data, he's getting the reads from camp. He's seeing the stuff going on, and so he's got his finger on the pulse. I'll just tell you that, and he's got some good takes for us, I think. So we got a lot coming at you today as we are just getting ready for the season. Just getting close. Tins, how we doing?
Doing great. Had a great weekend. Been in the lab. Been in Mason's pool. We had a little pool party yesterday. Zach was also there. Fam. It's been a good weekend. But preseason started. It started Thursday, and there's been so many games. I haven't watched all of them, but I did sign up for NFL Plus, so I can go back and rewatch games. And I did a little bit of that today. Rewatched the Titans game last night, or at least the part where the Cam Ward was in, because I didn't get to watch it live. I was watching the Jags' 3rd and 4th string guys play. Last night.
It's dedication.
Locked in. I'm trying to figure out who's going to be at the end of the Jags roster. We got a kid from Minnesota, defensive end, Jack Swanee. I think he's going to make the final roster.
Wow! Shout out to that guy.
That's me knowing Jack's ball. But I will say this: I think Cam Ward looked good. He does like Calvin Ridley, which is good. He's your number 1 receiver. But he didn't look overwhelmed. They were playing the backups and everything. But the offensive line, I'll go ahead and say this.
Yep.
I think the Titans have the best offensive line in the AFC South. No joke.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
I'm not being sarcastic. Legitimately, they do have a
great. Everything but the Titans are sarcastic, so it's hard for me to know.
Yeah, no, that's me being real. I mean, you're
okay.
Callahan, his dad is like a world-renowned offensive line coach, so you would hope so. They've invested a lot of money in that offensive line, a couple first-round picks, very high-paid left tackle, but I think that'll be a strength, and that's good. You want to have a good offensive line in front of Cam. He has a little bit of that Caleb Williams in him where he likes to hold the ball and kind of run around a little bit back there.
He had a couple moments last night. I was like, that you should have thrown that away probably earlier. Cool it.
But all in all, good. Like, he looked good for his first NFL action.
He did. He had some good throws. He almost threw a pick. It probably should have been a pick. It was not a good throw. He had a couple times where he looked a little flustered, but overall, he had a couple good throws as well. They were all to Calvin Ridley, I think, but it's okay. He had like 3 in a row, like straight plays.
Yeah, I think his first completion was to Calvin for like 27 yards.
Hey, we're going to take that.
We'll take it. And Gunnar Helm, a tight end you guys drafted out of Texas. I love that kid. I really wanted him. I really wanted the Jags to take him. He had a good game too. If I allowed myself to draft AFC South division rivals players on my dynasty teams, and for dynasty or regular fantasy, I'd be looking at Gunnar, but it would break my rule. So
yeah, that's fair.
Gotta live by a standard out here.
A certain standard. What are we if not we don't have standards, Chaos. Okay, well we're gonna start off with a little bit of press release action. There's some stuff going on around the world. We got some foods, some food items.
We do?
Uh,
Oh yeah, we do. Okay, never mind. I was like, we
Hims
do?
has some food items.
Yeah, we do.
He's gonna share with us. I saw an interesting headline. This may be new to Tins as well. I've been dipping my toes into the world of chess.
Hmm.
Me and a friend from work have been playing at lunch and stuff like that. There's you can play online pretty easy, and so I've been trying to pick it up. Spoiler alert, pretty bad. Maybe I should do like my journey to half marathon, but with chess.
Ooh.
Fat to fit, no, fat to fast,
Right, fat to fast. So now we're
but like
doing
bad at chess to
Grandmaster.
less bad at chess. Yeah, I don't. I think I'm actually like too old to start playing chess to actually be good at any point. It's like one of those things where it's like there's literally like 6-year-olds that could beat me in like 30 seconds right now, and I'm not sure I could ever come back from that. But we're just here to work a little bit. So, but all that to say, I saw a headline, and this headline was that there was an AI chess championship. This was kind of from what I hear, was pretty big in the chess community because it was testing 4 of the world's largest AI systems against each other to see how they would compete. And so the finals ended up being OpenAI, which is like the Chat GPT one, versus Grok, the Twitter, Elon Musk's AI software. So they literally just played a game of chess against each other, and it was basically like, from what I understand in the chess world, is they basically played at like a high school level. If you're talking about like professional sports, like they were not very good,
Yeah.
but ChatGPT, OpenAI, crushed Elon Musk's Grok.
Well, that's
It's a tough
Grok
day for
Grok
Grok.
is really busy. If you get on Twitter at all, there's at least 40 people in every comment section asking Grok to explain what's going on in whatever, this picture or this
Sure,
video or
it's busy.
it's busy. Grok's got a lot on his plate. So
He's not
chess
gonna
is
talk about
pretty far down.
this. Yeah, I saw one of the biggest chess players in the world was like, yeah, I'm not sure Elon Musk really respects chess very much, and so your move, Elon. It's time to make
Time to
Grok great
invest.
again.
He's gonna get hyper fixated on it and,
If you
and
want the
turn
respect
Grok
of the
into the
chess world,
greatest chess
yeah.
player.
Exciting stuff there in the chess community. Big time.
Big time.
Yeah. So I don't know what that means fully, but I thought that was just we're making AI play chess against each other to see which one's better. So
That's wow.
it's like, I would like to see an Olympics for AI.
Now we're
Like,
talking.
put them through various tasks and see which ones performed best.
Yeah. Sporkles, crossword puzzles.
You can test speed, but accuracy,
Yeah.
creativity. There's a lot of things you could judge off of, and see which one's best. I like that. I think it's fair. Why not?
I think we might have I think we need to get ahead of that real quick. That's our
Um,
get rich quick scheme right there for
we did.
AI games.
So I did want to kind of parlay this into another conversation, Tins. I know we talked about it, and this is kind of I really want to do a thing this season, and we've talked about this before already,
Yeah.
where we compete with AI gambling.
Yeah.
And so I think this needs to happen. We need to put AI to the test.
Yeah.
I
I
think
agree.
each
I
week we
think we
just
are
need to
going
be
to do
like,
this.
maybe each week it's just as simple as, hey, ChatGPT, give me your best bet for the college football weekend this
Yeah.
whatever, and see what they say, and then we pick our bets as well and see our record at the end of the season.
I've been testing it just to see the wording. And what I've been doing is I've been using ChatGPT. I say, give me your best 3-leg parlay. You can use any NFL, and I've been doing baseball since baseball's on right now. I said you can use any NFL or baseball picks or games that are going on this weekend. So I think we can do it because I know we
I
do
like that.
college and NFL. I know you
Mm-hmm.
normally give a college pick. Mason will for sure give an NFL, and I kind of just I'll whichever way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it as a Twitter or not Twitter.
Okay.
Well, it'll be on Twitter, but I'm gonna do it as a TikTok series too. I'll
I
have
like
it.
that.
I'm gonna be messing with the green screen to do that, but
I like that.
and then all the picks will be in Discord as far as so we can keep track, and then we can see if we can beat AI by the end of the year. See who's better.
Man versus machine.
I
A
like
tale
our
as old as time.
chances.
Let's see if we actually know ball.
But I'll have like parameters set in it to where it couldn't just pick like 3 super heavy money like
Yeah, I think you need to put
Alabama
a
against
minimum like threshold for the
the picks.
yeah,
The
like
parlay like odds
right,
have to be X number minimum.
right.
But
I
yeah,
bet
so
you can set that.
it's gonna be a fun thing. I think that we're gonna do. See how well we do against ChatGPT for the season.
Mm-hmm.
I like our chances. I've already claimed this is the fall that I bankrupt DraftKings.
I like that.
I had a bad end of college basketball and left a bad taste in my mouth. So I'm coming for revenge.
I like that. I think that if we lose, we have to shut the podcast down though.
If we get absolutely killed by
Yeah,
ChatGPT, yeah, we
I think
can't
we just,
gamble anymore.
or maybe we have ChatGPT make a podcast for us,
Yeah,
and we just kind of just be like, why don't you guys just ramble on about some random stuff that happened this week in the news, and also talk about football for a while, and just see what I think that I think the stakes are high. We have to win this.
we're challenging ChatGPT pink slips. All right,
You can
you're
have the
better than
pod.
us. You can have our pod. Now that's not to say we won't just start the next guy up podcast 2.0.
That's correct. Yeah,
We have endless amount of names.
we have names. I sometimes I'll just see a name and be like, oh man, that's a good pod name.
Yeah, Zach does
The
throw that
sequel.
out sometimes. He's like, guys, what if the podcast is named this? We change our name.
I really like the name Glue Guys.
He does like the name Glue Guys. When somebody buys us to
Yeah,
become part of their podcast network, we'll start a second pod within this one,
I like that.
and we'll do Glue Guys.
Okay.
So hope you're listening, Barstool or ESPN or CBS or whoever else is out there. FanDuel.
Yeah, we're open to conversations for sure.
Yeah, we're taking any and all offers. We have two. We're offering 2 podcasts. We have the name of
No,
the
we have a
second
new
one.
one for sure.
We just don't know what it's going to be about. But it's got a name.
No details. All good
Probably
pods start with a good name.
You can have a good podcast without a good name.
Okay, so so AI and our official challenge. That was my press release for the day. So.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for that. You're gonna have to follow us on TikTok to
It's
get
coming.
live up to dates and see the actual picks against each other.
Sorry, that was a rubber ducky that belongs to my daughter that accidentally squeaked into the microphone. Okay, Tins, you got some
Yes, I
press
have.
releases?
Yeah, some press releases. This is fresh off the desk of
I like that.
Tins himself.
All right.
If you've been listening for a while, if this is your first episode, first of all, welcome. Whoever sent you here, thanks. But if you've been listening, you know that I am out on soda fountains. I asked Donald Trump to fix this
Famously,
issue.
yeah.
Just had a really bad run for a while of them just being bad. Just every soda fountain from every fast food place was just trash. So I've been not drinking. I've been drinking tea or water or something that's not soda. And I have an announcement. We're back, but on a limited basis. Limited basis, though. Limited basis. Here we go.
I like that.
Wendy's, 0 of your fountain drinks.
Ooh.
0 of them. They're still trash.
Tough.
They're still really bad all over.
Dang.
Sonic.
Okay.
we're done. We're out. I might just be done with Sonic in general.
Ooh.
I've had a
Not
really
even.
bad run of Sonic
I've
for
not been
like
to
2
Sonic
months.
in a while. I'll be honest with you. It's been a while.
It's normally me and Macy will hit it after school when I pick her up from school, and so since school
Mm-hmm.
started back this week, we went twice, and
Mm,
both times terrible. I even got just the
man.
sweet tea and added peach. It wasn't good.
Hmm.
So Sonic, I'm borderline done with permanently, but I'm not getting any more soda from Sonic.
Okay.
Taco Bell, you're back.
Mm-hmm.
We're back on all the. We're back.
Oh,
Taco
all
Bell,
the way.
you're all the way back. You fixed your problem. I knew you guys were listening. I knew Taco Bell was listening to this podcast. They even added the PayPal feature on the app after my whole
Oh,
fiasco of my debit card not working for a year, and then my debit
yeah,
card started working. But even during all that time, I was trying to pay through PayPal and it wouldn't let me. But now they've added that feature too.
yeah. They added it because they had the money because they your income went up because they finally fixed your app.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, wow, our sales are up 10% this quarter. This is crazy.
It's because I was back. Let's see. McDonald's, only the
Okay.
Diet Coke. The rest of their sodas are trash. They're just trash. I don't know what's going on.
You don't think this like changes over time?
I don't know. I keep testing
Like
it.
you ever
I
run
said I
into?
was. So what was happening when I made this announcement back in the day? I never really stopped. I kept trying
Mm,
them. You
okay.
know, was testing to see where we were at, and they're still just
Mm,
all bad. Other than we're at Taco Bell,
okay.
McDonald's,
Yeah.
Diet Coke has been
Just Diet
approved.
Coke. I like that.
Yeah, the rest of them have been bad.
But drinking a lot of
Heart,
Diet Coke these days, so
yeah, same. It's healthy.
I feel like that's how you know you're like old.
You start
I feel
liking
like
diet
Diet Coke
soda.
is an old drink. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I
I
think
try to drink a full calorie Coke, and I'm just like, ugh, it's a lot of calories there. And it's just for me, it's like you know,
it was just too
I could
sweet.
eat something else that would be so much better than this regular Coke. It's not worth it.
See, I'm not going to say it's because of calories because I famously
Okay,
don't believe in calories.
that's true.
And I did eat 9 tacos at Mason's pool party yesterday and
Shout
then went
out.
and got ice cream afterwards
Nice.
and still ate a full dinner. So I started liking the taste of Diet Coke and it's just not as
Yeah.
sweet. It's like
Okay.
not as sugary as other sodas.
I actually like Coke Zero more than Diet Coke, but
See, I can't get with Coke Zero.
hmm. It is different. So it's subtle, but it's different.
All right, two more.
Okay.
Zaxby's. Zaxby's, you're back. Your whole
Wow.
setup is perfect.
Because they've got the machine too, right? The freestyle.
Yeah, that's where it started. Was the freestyle machines are trash, but
Okay.
Zaxby's, they've
They
got
fixed
it.
it.
They know what they're doing over there
Wow.
at Zaxby's. And then last but not least, Firehouse Subs, all the way. You might just want to
Wow.
stop there and just get a drink because they have the most perfect freestyle machine there is. I've not had a single problem with Firehouse.
Maybe the Coke people figured something out. Maybe there was like some malfunctions. And they're like, we got to fix
Maybe.
all the freestyle machines. Maybe they should have like a
Well,
software update.
Well, I would like to think I played a big part in that. Not a small part, a big part.
Yeah, we all needed a whistleblower for this. You know,
And that
somebody
was
to raise the alarm.
I'm your
Guys,
guy.
the standards are dropping. We need you. They just need to hire you on as quality control.
I'll gladly take that job.
Mm.
But speaking also Firehouse. Shout out Firehouse. You don't get a lot of love in the sub game, but Firehouse
Mm-hmm.
is the most elite subs there is.
Wow, pretty
I'll
expensive.
compared to what?
Yeah, I mean, Subway's pretty expensive too. I guess.
Subway. I spent $20 on a combo at Subway, just me by
Yeah,
myself.
pretty out on Subway.
Me and Morgan both ate Firehouse last night for $22 with drinks and chips.
It's a deal.
I mean, come on. So big Firehouse subs guy over here. Doesn't hurt that their headquarters is based out of Jacksonville. So, I'm trying to support my guys down in the 904.
You always got to support the guys.
Always supporting. All right, and then my second press release, fresh off the desk of Tins. This is just a personal press release. I'm a big milkshake guy, big ice cream guy in general.
Mm-hmm.
Love ice cream. Probably might try to go get some ice cream tonight after this pod, if I'm being honest. Um, I'm only doing basic flavor milkshakes from now on. No more add-ins on the milkshakes.
Wow.
No more ice cream that has 10 other things in it in my milkshake. I just
I,
want
one flavor.
base one flavor without the ads. Like
Okay.
I don't want a cookie dough milkshake because then I'm just sucking up cookie dough. I don't want it with a bunch of Reese's Pieces and brownies and no,
So you're
none
kind
of
of
it.
saying like, I need my blizzards and my milkshakes separate.
They
If
gotta
I
be
want
separate.
chunks, it's a blizzard.
Right.
If I
Ice
want to
cream
be
in
able
a
to drink it with
cup,
a straw, it's a milkshake.
it's a milkshake. Vanilla, chocolate, even the strawberries. There's a blurred line there with the Lazy Cow Creamery yesterday. Shout out Cookville Special. Macy got the strawberry ice cream. I was like, Dad tax. I want a sip of that. See if I
Yep.
like
Yep.
it. Big old strawberry came up. I'm like, I just want to drink this. I just want to drink the milkshake. I don't want to eat the
I agree.
milkshake. I'm not in the mood to eat. I'm in the mood to drink.
Wow. Is that a big indictment on the cookout community?
I think so. I think
You
cookout.
have some cookout ties.
I do. I'm famously tied to cookout. I love a good cookout.
You may recognize him from cookout
Yeah, you
in
may have
the
seen
Lebanon
me.
area.
You may have seen me running around trying to manage one of the worst cookouts in Middle Tennessee. That is a known fact. That is one of the worst ones. You go there to die, they say. And I
Wow.
did. I worked there for a year and I quit with no notice. I just walked out one day. I said, I'm done with this. That
You
happens a
should
lot.
just shooting shots at the cookout.
That's
Lebanon
all right.
cookout.
That's fine. They know
I'm
they're
sure they're
bad.
doing fine. Yeah.
But yeah, I just went basic. I'm not saying like an Oreo milkshake. That's too much. I don't want the broken up Oreos, but like a peanut butter fudge, that's fine
Mm-hmm.
because those are
Mm.
drinkable things.
Okay. I'm with you.
No more big chunks of things in the milkshakes.
I think that's fair.
Also, shout out banana splits. Those things are great.
Big ice cream guy today. I
Oh,
can tell you're
dude,
wanting ice cream.
I've been having a lot of ice cream. It's been the summer of ice cream.
Yeah. It's very seasonal for me as well. It's like, man, ice cream sounds great
If
because
it's
it's 85 degrees outside and it's hot.
yeah,
And it's like, oh,
if
man,
it's above
go
80
hit.
degrees, I need ice cream.
Yeah. It's fair. Okay.
But those are the two things newsworthy from the desk of Tins.
That's big stuff right there.
Big announcements.
Soft drinks and milkshakes.
What else do you need?
Okay. Well, we do have some football talk today as well. We got some stuff cooking. Tins has a couple of big futures. I feel great about. I'm on them. I think they're auto wins. Tins, I know you got a couple
Some would say
NFL
they can't
teams that
lose.
are on the clock
Yeah.
in your mind. What do you got?
All right. So we're going to start out with one. Since Zach said on the clock, this team is going to be the first team on the clock after the football season's over. That's the Miami Dolphins, guys. Plus 2,000 to have the worst record in the NFL. Here are a couple reasons why I truly think this could happen. You've got a GM and coach who know if this season goes bad, they're fired. Ownership's going to start over. You've got just a terrible. The GM did a terrible job letting certain players walk in this free agency, trading away Jalen Ramsey for next to nothing, Jonnu Smith next to nothing, two All-Pro players from last season. You have so many holes all over the team, and their first round draft pick was a nose tackle out of Michigan. He's a great player, but a nose tackle is not going to bump up your win total one way or the other. He's just going to be a solid piece to stopping the run. That's not going to do enough to make this team go over the hump. This team has a top 10 hardest strength of schedule. I think they fall at ninth. Your whole starting secondary from last year is gone after trading Jalen Ramsey, and your starting corner tore his ACL last week in practice. And you are a Tua Tagovailoa a bad hit away from Zach Wilson being your starting quarterback.
It's not good.
I cannot stress that point enough. That Zach Wilson is one injury away from being a starting quarterback once again in the NFL. This team has like mid-season things are not going well. Tyreek Hill is already. I mean, he tweeted at the end of last year like, "I'm out of here." There's been friction between him and the head coach and Tua all training camp. They've been taking shots at each other in all of their press conferences. This team just has it's like a ticking time bomb to me, and I think it's going to blow up in the middle of the season, and it's just going to like McDaniels could get fired in the middle of the year. The GM knows he's out, and they're just going to punt on this year and start over. So at plus 2,000, with that hard of a schedule, with Tua's injury history being what it is, and their offensive line being egregiously bad, I just don't see like the popular pick is the Saints. I think they'll be okay. They've got a pretty easy schedule. Like there's more like the Dolphins have talent. Yes, Tyreek Hill's good, Jalen Waddle's good, their running backs are fine. But I just think this team has a lot of holes and could easily kind of look at themselves in the middle of the season and go, "Oh, we're 1-5, like we're done. We're tapped out." Players start tapping out, and at plus 2,000, I think it's worth that kind of money.
I like it. I took it already. Since there are 8 teams with better odds to be the fewest wins.
Yes.
Do you think you could name them?
Yeah, let's go. Saints, Jets, Raiders.
Raiders plus 1,400.
Panthers.
Panthers plus 1,400.
Is that 4?
There's 2 AFC South teams on this list.
Titans and Colts.
Correct.
I know the Jags are right after the Dolphins.
That is correct as well. So there's 3 in the bottom 10. It's not great.
Browns
plus 400.
See,
best odds.
The Browns, I think, are fine. They have an elite defense. They want to run the ball. I think Shador is going to be fine. I'm not even just from his.
You think he's going to start?
I think he starts after a few games.
Oh,
I think Joe Flacco's the starter, and he's fine too. I mean, he's solid at this age. He fits well in that offense. I mean, he took them to the playoffs a couple years ago. But yeah, I think Shador's fine. I like Shador. I think he should have been drafted higher than he was. I think the off the field stuff is just a little annoying for teams, but I think Shador's a fine quarterback. So I don't think they'll have the worst record. I don't think they're going to be good or anything, but I think they win like 6 or 7 games probably.
Okay.
Giants are probably up on the list.
That's
maybe?
The last team. Yeah, that was the last one.
I kind of feel the same way. The Giants' defense is really good. And they'll probably – I think Jackson Dart's going to be – like Russell Wilson they'll probably have him in there till the middle of the season and then let Jackson take over. But I mean, it's plus 2,000. I'm not saying go put your life savings on it. I just think am trying to find value in a team like the Dolphins that have so many holes that are one bad hit from their quarterback away from Zach Wilson. It's like, why would I not at plus 2,000 take that? I think that's really good value.
So then also the team with the worst odds to have the fewest wins, Buffalo Bills, plus 80,000.
Yeah, they're favorite to win the Super Bowl right now. I was really high on the Bills last year. I don't know. Their division got tougher. I think the Patriots are going to be better. I'm not talking about the Patriots today for a future. I probably will next week. I've got 2 that I'm looking at. But they're a team I like. I think the Jets got better. They're still not going to be very good with Justin Fields. And then, but yeah, the Dolphins obviously are in that division and they're terrible. But the Bills didn't get significantly better in my mind to be now the Super Bowl favorites over a team like the Eagles, Chiefs, or Ravens. A lot of Bills hype. I know Mason sent it to us. The Bills have the highest percentage of Super Bowl tickets this season. That's not stock I'm buying this year.
They're tied with the Ravens plus 600 Super Bowl.
Yeah, at plus 600, that's just not that value. There's no value in that.
There's a pretty clear top four, though. Bills, Ravens at 600, Eagles at 700, Chiefs at 850.
Yeah.
After that, it's Lions at 1100, Commanders at 1800. And the gap gets wide after that.
Yeah. That makes sense, really.
It's not a
Those are the
shock.
top
Yeah.
four.
It's not a shock.
And honestly, why would you not take the Eagles? Because I just feel like the NFC is just not as deep or as strong as the AFC. Those top three in the AFC are tough. They're gonna, it's gonna be
Yeah, that's true.
two of those three don't have to play the other two, because there will be a playoff matchup where two of those teams they'll have to play each other.
And then probably the two will play in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, being honest. So AFC's tough. The Eagles, because I'm about my second pick here.
Yeah, it's a good transition here.
Yeah, is going into the NFC. We're staying talking about the NFC. Is the Lions win total is 10.5. It's a team that won 12 or no, they won 15 games last year.
Wow.
I'm taking under 10.5 wins. They went from number 17 strength of schedule last season. Now they're all the way up to number 3, third hardest schedule in the league. I put a lot of stock in the strength of schedule. This system has like the last 3 years, the team that has the hardest schedule has picked in the top 3. Like they've had a top 3 pick. It is reflected on the season. This factors in how much travel you have, how much rest you get between games as far as playing on Mondays, Thursdays, Sundays. And the Lions being a primetime team, they're going to have a lot of these weird games, not just Thanksgiving anymore. I think they play on Christmas Day. They have a couple Monday night games. These are harder schedule games that messes with your normal flow of practice schedules and all of that. On top of the fact that you lost both coordinators, you lost a key piece of your front office who went with Aaron Glenn to the Jets to be his new GM. And then you lost a lot of your position coaches too. Your defensive line coach is gone. He went with Ben Johnson. Big strength of that team was that pass rush. They did keep their offensive line coach, which that was good. He's one of the best in the league. But you lost a key veteran player in your center. I can't pronounce his name. Rags now, who had been there for a really long time. Really good center. The center is the key part of the offensive line. He's making all the shifts, makes a lot of the calls where the line's supposed to shift and block and all this mumbo jumbo. But it's hard to put in a new center. He's a rookie. They drafted him out of Georgia, so I'm sure he's good. He's a very talented player, but you lose that continuity that you've had with that offensive line for so long. You have this new, much harder strength of schedule. And no one's like going to be surprised anymore. You're the team that has been good now 2 years in a row. You're not sneaking up on anybody. You're going to get everybody's best punch every game day. 10.5 wins. I think they win 10. I think they're going to win 10.
Right at 10.
Yeah, that's that first game against Green Bay. Is going to be the big kind of like test for me, eyeball test, where I'm like, all right, if they come out here and just absolutely roll the Packers, then I'm going to be a little bit more nervous. But this is a future. I put a full unit on it. It was minus 120. So under 10.5. If you want to get it a little bit of plus, I think you can get it at plus 100 for them to win exactly 10 games.
Plus 100?
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like great value. Yeah, I've got minus 130 right now for under 10.5.
For under 10.5. Okay. Wow. That keeps getting worse. I might want to parlay it with another win total if you would like. But I just think their schedule's gotten harder. They lost so much on the coaching staff that 10 wins. I mean, 10 wins is still a good season, but you do see these teams normally drop after a season like they had last year with 15 wins. That's a lot. Deep playoff run. There's going to be a coming down to earth kind of thing here. And I think 10 wins, still a good season. They'll probably still win that division. But But that's tough. I didn't like hearing minus 130 just now. Be honest.
Change a little bit. It's all fine.
Still worth it. Pair it up with your favorite team's win total, get you plus money, and then you got something to root for. Or pair it up with Zach's win totals right here in college.
Wow, what a transition, Tim.
What a transition.
Okay, so yeah, we are talking about 4 SEC teams then as a quick transition to college today. These are some middle of the pack SEC programs, and so these are maybe the highest volatility on our list, the highest. It does feel like 1 or 2 of them have a potential to win like 9 games, and some of them have a potential to kind of really blow it and lose some big games. And so we had some really interesting teams to talk about. I'm going to try and keep it a little more tight because we have 4 teams to go through here. So, but we are going to break down a little bit of their schedule, talk about their strength of schedule and what it looks like, and then give our prediction for the over-under. So let's start with this team has been talked about a lot. That would be South Carolina. It's been talked about a lot because they ended the season last year on a 6-game winning streak, beating Clemson, barely missing the playoff. They turned into a formidable team with a very good defensive presence, special defensive line. Lenoris Sellers became a star, and he is one of the most exciting kind of Heisman hopefuls, returning quarterbacks in the SEC this season. So South Carolina, over under 7.5, as with all of these teams. Let's just dive into their schedule a little bit and kind of see what is going on and what they have to contend with schedule-wise. So our non-conference is here's a list of non-conference games. We've got Virginia Tech, South Carolina State, Coastal Carolina, and Clemson. Obviously, the one there that is going to stick out immediately is Clemson. That they will play that at the very end of the season. Really feels like it could be a make or break team for the South Carolina team. Feels like a spot where I don't know. It's a very interesting game because if both Clemson and Clemson has got a lot of hype going into the season right now. If South Carolina can get to like 9 wins by then, that game all of a sudden becomes game of the year type territory. South Carolina fighting for a playoff spot, things like that. So that's pretty exciting stuff. The Clemson game is very interesting. South Carolina obviously won it last year, and so Clemson is looking for revenge with what a lot of people are considering a much more put together team in Clemson. Okay, so let's talk about their strength of schedule in the SEC now. I have them ranked as let me see exactly where they rank in the terms of the SEC strength of schedule. I have them right in the middle. They're almost dead center in the middle of the strength of schedule. So it's definitely not an easy schedule, but there are worse ones out there. Let's break it down. They start off their SEC schedule with hosting Vanderbilt. I'm going to give them that win right there. So there's one. They're traveling to Missouri. We're going to talk about Missouri today as well. Missouri is one of the, in my mind, a very interesting team that I honestly just have no idea what they're going to look like. I think their quarterback situation is in flux right now. We're talking about them a little more in a second. Let's call it a loss just for the sake of conversation here. They're going to LSU. I'm just going to go ahead and call that one a loss as well. Hosting Oklahoma. That one is very interesting because is that true? They're hosting Oklahoma? For some reason, I thought no, they're going to Oklahoma. I'm sorry.
I was say Oklahoma's got a bad away schedule if they're.
I think they hosted Oklahoma last year. Okay, so they're going to Oklahoma. They play Alabama away. They are playing Alabama at home, and then they're going to Ole Miss to Texas A&M. It's not so they have some games that are definitely winnable. Going to Oklahoma is going to be tricky, I think, especially if this Oklahoma team turns out to be what it's going to be, what people are talking like it might be. Alabama is never going to be. That's obviously the Iron Bowl, and so that's a huge one. That game is very tough, but it's in Auburn at least. And then they're going to Texas A&M to finish the season.
That's a tough schedule. Sounds tough. It just.
I mean, most of them are going to. Yeah, most of them sound tough at this point just because of what they are.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I didn't accidentally pull last year's schedule for Auburn. Regardless, they do play all of those teams. So just one more time, because I think I might have pulled the wrong schedule. They're going to Oklahoma. They're going to Texas A&M. They're hosting Georgia, hosting Missouri, going to Arkansas, hosting Kentucky, to Vanderbilt, and then they're hosting Bama. Okay. So I am going to. Tins, what are your thoughts before I say my thoughts? What are your thoughts on South Carolina here?
I don't love that schedule at all for 7.5 wins. Just as you were saying, I counted 4 wins I gave them as far as in the SEC.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm going to go under. I don't like it.
Oh shoot.
Sellers is getting a lot of hype. I mean, I bet him to win the Heisman. He's getting a lot of Jaden Daniel comparisons. I think that's a little too far. But I do think he's a very good player. But yeah, that schedule feels tough. I feel like they're a 7-win team, probably with that schedule.
I don't know. That's the thing. Can Lenore Sellers
elevate them to win games they're not supposed to win?
Could they go? Okay, now I've really jacked this up. Because I read the wrong schedule again. My schedules are all running together. It's what you do when you have 16 schedules to juggle. Okay, just SEC really fast. Hosting Vanderbilt, going to Missouri, hosting Kentucky, going to LSU, hosting Oklahoma, going to South Carolina, going to Ole Miss. Okay, yep. And going to A&M, and then they play Clemson at the end. So I'm going to... Yeah. I think I'm going to go... Man, I really want to go over because I feel like they're going to win some games they shouldn't just because of quarterback play. You know what? I'm going to go over. 8 wins.
It's like plus 150, I think. I had just looked at
it. Over is? That's kind of scary. I don't know. They're one of those teams where I would just not be shocked if they were pushing for a playoff again. I think they've got the talent. They've got kind of the juice. They play a tough schedule. You're gonna have to win one of those. You're gonna have to win either Oklahoma or Bama, probably,
or
you're
LSU.
Gonna have to beat either Missouri or Ole Miss or Texas A&M on the road.
Yeah,
I mean that's kind of where it's at.
Yeah, so. The under is minus 165.
Oh no! Well, I didn't know that. I'm sticking to it. I'm going over.
I like it. I think you're right. I think Sellers has a couple of those moments, and they win a game. We just don't think they're going to. See, I haven't beating Oklahoma. I'm pretty down. I'm as low on Oklahoma as you can get.
Yeah. See, there's some people who are very high on Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a polarizing team, I think, right now.
That's fine.
Because the quarterback question is so big there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down on Venables. I said he would get fired before Billy Napier, and that's still
here. They both are still. Yeah.
They both still. I thought they'd both get fired last year, but I said Napier was going to last longer. I could still be right.
A lot of people are hyped on Oklahoma because of the John Mateer situation, for sure.
I don't even know who that guy is. I've never bet on him before.
Get from Washington State.
Exactly.
Okay, so another interesting one. Let's go ahead and move to here because we went from a very solid quarterback situation to a very up in the air one. That would be at Missouri. Eli Drinkwitz, coming off of a good season where they lost their quarterback to the NFL. Now you have a quarterback battle, Bo Perbula and Sam Horn. From what I understand, it's kind of like Tennessee's. It's very up in there still.
That's a bad quarterback battle if you hear those two names.
It's not great. Yeah, I think they have a lot of question marks right now. Their schedule, like Tennessee, we're going to talk about Tennessee next week, is very favorable. Missouri and Tennessee both have by and large the easiest SEC schedules and the easiest out of conference schedules as well. So here is Missouri's out of conference schedule: Central Arkansas, Kansas, Louisiana, and UMass. That's 4 wins, pretty much guaranteed. Kansas.
You're sleeping on Kansas, Zach.
Oh man,
truthfully, you are.
That would be fun.
Kansas is like turned themselves into a respectable program.
Sure. Okay, so maybe not an auto win there. I think Missouri will certainly be favored in that game, right?
I would assume so. Yeah. I would hope so.
But yes, okay, maybe not an auto win for sure. So then after that, here is your SEC schedule. You're hosting South Carolina. We just talked about South Carolina. I think the game could be like a coin flip. I think that's going to be very interesting in a big game. Alabama at home. You're hosting Alabama as well. You're going to Auburn. That's a game that I think if you're Missouri, you really want to win. You're going to Vandy. I think you win that. You're hosting Texas A&M. You're hosting Mississippi State. You are going to Oklahoma. You're going to Arkansas. So what you just heard is a schedule that has 3 of the bottom 4 teams, and you're playing Arkansas on the road. That's one of your away games. You're playing Vandy on the road. That's one of your away games. So I think you feel pretty good about that. And you don't have Georgia or Texas on your schedule either. So that's another big win. You get to play Alabama, obviously, but honestly, a very, very favorable schedule for Missouri here. 7.5 is the over/under. I went ahead and gave them Kansas, even though I know it's not necessarily an auto win. You have Vandy, Mississippi State, and let's go ahead and give them Arkansas. And so, boy, are we looking at like you need one more somewhere. South Carolina, Alabama, Auburn, Texas A&M, Oklahoma. On the road at Oklahoma. That South Carolina game could be the difference maker. Or Texas A&M. Missouri just gives me this vibe of just like a. Do you know what the odds are on that over under 10s?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, and I'm looking at it too, and I don't, because these odds don't match up. I think we might need to like hammer this, but okay. It's over 7.5 wins is plus 120. Under is minus 140.
I think the quarterback battle is a problem. But you feel like as long as they could beat, they just need one of them. You know, they're going to Auburn, but the Auburn team's a little bit on the rocks. You're going to Oklahoma, but then you're hosting South Carolina, Alabama, and Texas A&M. You feel like there could be a win in one of those 3.
Yeah.
I feel like Missouri just tends to win one of those.
I feel like, I'm not big on Arkansas. I'm not big on Oklahoma. Those are 2 games that could win. Like their hardest test all year is Texas A&M and Alabama. That's crazy. This schedule is crazy. It's
the softest schedule, I think. Tennessee's we're going to talk about is almost equally as soft, even though Tennessee's has some more top end. They play a lot at the bottom of the conference, but they also play some Georgia and Alabama. So, and you know what? I think I agree with 10s. I think we're going to play the plus money on this again. I think we're going to go with the over.
Yeah, I just don't.
I don't really like it. I don't like it, but that's playing the schedule, not the team.
Yeah, that's a coach who's been there for a while.
I don't really like the team. I don't like Eli Drinkwitz at all.
Right. He's been there a while. He's
You
good
just
at
feel like,
recruiting.
yeah.
He's taken that program from being one of the more bottom SEC teams to higher of the middle of the pack. Like he's solidly 7-8 wins a year. He
Okay.
was in the playoff discussion even last year, right? They were like undefeated for a while.
Yeah.
Because I
Yes.
took their over last year. I was really high
But they
on.
were like the quietest playoff because they lost a really bad game to kind of kick them out, or else they were gonna steal a playoff spot from a good team.
Yeah, because I gave their
Probably
over
from
last
Tennessee,
year.
honestly. Okay, so what I'm actually finding as we talk through these is a lot of these four teams are playing each other, which is what makes it very
Yeah.
interesting. Because the four teams are Texas A&M, Auburn, South Carolina, and Missouri, and you're gonna see them pop up on each other's schedules a lot. Like this team, Texas A&M, actually plays all three of those opponents. So we're talking about some games that are. So you're talking about 1 or 2 or 3 games, kind of being the hinge points on whether this over under is going to hit. Let's talk about Texas A&M right now. Texas A&M. So they have 3 non-conference games. I'm just going to count as kind of auto wins: UTSA, Utah State, and Samford. The unfortunate piece is that their 4th non-conference game is Notre Dame. Notre Dame plays Arkansas and Texas A&M this season.
Join a
Pretty
conference.
interesting
Seems like you
stuff.
want to be in the SEC.
It seems like they kind of do, but they don't want to play 9 SEC games. They would rather play 2. Cowards. So they have. I'm going to count that as 3 wins. Notre Dame. I'm not sure about that one. That one's doesn't feel very good for Texas A&M, but who knows? So let's go to the rest of their schedule. Like I said, it's a pretty runnable schedule. They're hosting Auburn, hosting Mississippi State, hosting Florida. So their first 3 SEC games are all at home. They have a pretty good home advantage. That Florida game is particularly interesting. I think that's one of those where it's in a tough environment at Texas A&M, but Florida, I think, if Florida's going to have a successful year, they have to win that game. Florida can't, with Florida's schedule, they can't lose to Texas A&M and feel like they can make a playoff or could compete deep into the season. They're going to Arkansas. They're going to LSU. Going to Missouri. They're hosting South Carolina, and they're going to Texas. So they only play one of those top 3, which is Texas, there at the very end of the season, rivalry game. But the rest of their schedule is a lot of those mid-tier to low-tier teams that we've talked about already. They've got LSU, but other than that, they don't have any teams that are projected more than the 7.5 over/under. Other than LSU and Texas. So the other 6 are all 7.5 or lower, which is why their over-under is 7.5 games. So I'm going to not give them Notre Dame. I'm just going to assume Notre Dame's going to win that. I don't really like that, but here we are. And so this is where it gets interesting. I'm counting MSU, Mississippi State as a win. I'm going to count Arkansas as a win. I'm going to count, so that's 5. Let's go and count Auburn as a win. So they're hosting Auburn. I think they're gonna have a big home field advantage. Let's count that as 6. So then it's gonna come down to Missouri, South Carolina. At Missouri, South Carolina home. They have to win both of them though to hit their over.
Their over is moved on DraftKings.
What is it now?
It's at 8.5.
Really? What's the like line?
Plus 150. Plus 150 to go over, but minus 180. So this just moved. This just for the odds to be like that. Essentially, they kept getting bet at 7.5 over to where DraftKings said we have to move. We moved it because they believe they're an 8-win team. That's what that tells you right there. Which I don't see 8 anyway.
Yeah, if it's 8.5, what's the under? It's what minus what?
180.
Ugh, that's unbettable.
You could find it. You could find it at FanDuel.
Okay.
Still the 7.5. But it's
Yeah, I'm taking
usually
under that
out.
then. I would take under 8.5 for sure.
Yeah, for
Maybe it's
sure.
a no bet, but I'm taking under it. I don't think they're winning 9 games. There's no 9 wins on that schedule.
How did you feel about 7? You feel like they're an 8-win team? Like that's their ceiling?
I was gonna say 7 wins potentially because they're gonna lose to Notre Dame. I think they're gonna lose to Texas. That's 2
Yeah,
losses just kind of off the rip, and then
yeah.
they're going. They have South Carolina, LSU, Missouri, Florida. That Florida game is going to be big for both programs. I think it's kind of that turning point game for both teams. I don't know. For them to get to 9 wins, they'd have to beat one of, or they'd really have to win all those games but one. I don't know. I don't really believe it. I don't believe in 9 wins for sure, so I would take the under on that.
Yeah, that had to have just moved.
That made that easier for me because I didn't really like 8.5 that much. I didn't really like 8 that much. Okay, moving on. Last one that we're going to talk about today is Auburn. And Auburn, like I said, has a couple of those same teams on the schedule, which makes it interesting. One of the difference, Auburn has a pretty soft non-conference. They do play Baylor in the first week of the season. A pretty interesting Big 12 matchup there. New quarterback for Auburn, obviously Jackson Arnold coming over from Oklahoma. I think they are trying to generate some offense in a team that was pretty bad last year. Auburn really struggled. So I'm going to go ahead and give them all 4 of those non-conference games as wins. Baylor, Ball State, South Alabama, and Mercer. So congrats, Auburn. You have 4 wins off the bat. Let's see what the rest of your schedule looks like. This is one of those schedules. So they're going to Oklahoma. They're going to Texas A&M, hosting Georgia, hosting Missouri, going to Arkansas, hosting Kentucky, going to Vandy, and they're hosting Alabama. So I'm going to go ahead and count Kentucky and Vandy as wins. So that's 6. After that, it gets much trickier. Jackson Arnold is a player we saw last year play pretty poorly. I'm not sure there's
Very
a lot of
poorly.
evidence from. I've heard some things that sound like the same things that was happening at Oklahoma is happening at Auburn currently. So I'm not really convinced that they've made some huge jumps there in Jackson Arnold's development. Hugh Freeze is kind of in a year where if he gets to 6 wins, he's probably going to be fired. But I'm taking the under here. I'm taking under 7.5. I don't believe in this team at all, really. I don't believe in Hugh Freeze. I don't really believe in Jackson Arnold. There's Lenore Sellers has something about him makes you feel like he could win a couple games off of his play. I think Jackson Arnold could lose a couple games based on his play. I just don't see this Auburn team beating a team like Missouri or even like Texas A&M. I just feel like they're at that bottom of that 7.5 rung. I think they're worse than those teams. I think they could get to 6 wins for sure, and then the 7th win could be elusive to them. I mean, they could be a 6-win team, and
Do
I think
you
Hugh
want?
Freeze would get fired.
Do you? So
Yeah, hit me with it.
you're the plus money guy tonight.
Oh
Under
no,
seven and a
I'm
half
good.
wins is plus 135.
Oh no.
Over 7.5 is minus 160 for Auburn. I'm with you though. As far
See, what did
as
they? I don't understand how DraftKings because I feel like I've just been opposite, huh?
you have,
Maybe I'm onto something.
I
Or
think you
maybe I'm
are.
just dumb. I don't know. One of the two.
No, Jackson Arnold's terrible at quarterback.
Yeah, he could be much better this year. I know that's the hope at Auburn. I just have seen nothing that makes me feel like he could be like a really good quarterback that could lead a team. To be honest, so
Same.
um, yeah,
I don't see it.
there's too many kind of like games on there that I just don't see I don't see them being very competitive in. It's really easy to get to 6 wins, and then it's really hard to get to 7 or 8.
Right.
So, man, if I'm right, we can make some money, boys. We got some plus money everywhere.
That's what we like to see.
So there you go. Okay, well, next week we have 2 weeks left of this kind of exercise we've been doing. Next week we're going to have our 8.5 teams, which apparently Texas A&M is now an 8.5 team. Who knew? We will have Tennessee, Ole Miss, and LSU. So we're kind of getting up into some interesting teams. Tennessee, some people are calling a schedule merchant. I think you would be right. Tennessee shouldn't be 8.5, but their schedule is very favorable. And we got some the big boys will be coming up the following week with our 9.5 over unders, Texas, Georgia, and Alabama. So we are kind of climbing the rankings here into some interesting teams that will probably be competing for the SEC championship and playoff spots. So from here on out, we could be talking about some playoff talk as well. Who do we think is going to make it?
I'm very interested in the LSU breakdown.
Me too. I'm gonna have to do some research this week because I think that they're a very interesting team. Yeah, a big game at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
They play. Who is it? They play a big non-conference game, don't they?
Is it Clemson?
Yeah,
No.
it'd be.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe it's not. Hang on. Is it week 1?
I feel like it was.
There's some very fun week 1 games. Yep, week 1, August 30th. LSU, Clemson, and Texas, Ohio State. Like some potential playoff caliber matchups in week 1. Fun stuff.
Get the season started hot.
Although last year we had that and it didn't go very well.
It was not fun. Georgia beat Clemson like by 50.
Yeah, not good. Clemson, we're not going to talk about them deep dive, but they're one of the bigger stories in college football. A lot of people are jumping on the Clemson bandwagon pretty hard. You know, we're jumping on North Carolina.
Don't think we forgot.
No, I've got money on North Carolina. Serious money.
Real American dollars were wagered on North Carolina last week or the week before.
Yeah. Okay, Tins, you got anything else for us?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Before we get on the Bill Belichick train again,
yeah.
If that works out, it's gonna be our greatest take. That would be like highlight though. I would go find that clip.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, we're excited. We got some more preseason football. I think by next week we'll start getting to some more serious NFL talk. And we will be moving on in some of our college football stuff too, maybe talking some futures and conference championship ideas, things like that. So we got a lot to talk about before the season kicks off in 3 weeks from yesterday. So boy, we are in the countdown, 20 days as of the time of recording. So we hope you guys have a great week. We will talk to you next time. See ya.